Hey there, once again, it's me, Jian Lasala, and now we're at part two with the amazing and awesome, and I say that with, sincerity because she really is awesome. We have Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2020, Mariah Tibbetts. Hi, Mariah. And so for this portion of the interview, she's going to answer keywords and final question similar to Miss Universe. So, Mariah, I have 6 keywords. Are you ready to share your thoughts with these 6 keywords? And you can make this light. I mean, these are serious issues, but we're just gonna make this casual. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready. Okay, part 2 starts now. Okay, keywords. First one, Asian hate. What can you say about Asian hate?
This topic hurts me so much because obviously we've all seen the recent news about the Asian hate crimes, and it breaks my heart because someone's culture, someone's race is not something that they've chosen for themselves. And it's actually also not something that is directly affecting or hurting anyone else. So I don't really see, I can never understand it in my mind because I guess I'm not that kind of person, but I can never justify it in my mind for someone to treat someone else badly because of their race. So I think that we need to remember that we're all one human race, despite every color, despite every country, we're all one person, one human.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think we need to offer our support as much as we can, and anything we can donate, any protection we can give them. If you see someone being prejudiced towards an Asian or any race actually outside, I feel like it's our responsibility to help them in any way that we can.
Oh yeah, that's good. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, Me Too movement.
I love the Me Too movement. I feel like women have historically been silenced, and it wasn't their choice to be silent. They were silenced by someone else, by society. Yeah. So I'm glad that women are finally standing up and showing their voice, raising their voice. And I feel like anyone who has hurt these women or done the things that they've done to them, they need to be held accountable for it. They might have live their life and continue doing this to women, and now we need to bring that to the forefront, and they need to pay for that. So I'm glad that the Me Too movement came about. I know that it took so much strength and so much courage for especially that first woman who did it, but even everyone who followed after that. So I encourage women to continue to do this if they have a story to tell, and I support all the women who are part of this movement.
Yeah, and women speak up because you're not objects, okay?
Yes.
You're people, you're human being, okay? Because there's one lie of the enemy that the devil really defiled about attraction. Because when you're attracted to someone, you're supposed to glorify God because you're attracted to the creation, right? Which is the human being. Because we're all made in the image and likeness of God. But you're not supposed to objectify them. Attraction doesn't mean sex right away. You can be attracted to someone and just appreciate their beauty and let them know that they're beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like you should start young people's ministry or something to talk about modern issues and the Christianity values. That would be really cool. You could add that to your list of stuff that you do.
Actually, Mariah, I'm actually slowly doing that, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, and in one of our private conversations, I will tell you why I'm not doing that yet. Because there's a whole lot of preparation and growing that I have to deal within me as well. God has to deal with a lot of things inside of me, but eventually you're going to be a part of it someday. And I think this is just one of the milestones that God is really planting on me with this platform. And guys, it's global. You cannot just believe the influence that the Lord has been putting us in this platform, but I feel like it's gonna be great. So Mariah, I love you. Thank you for honoring that, and I want you to be a part of it, definitely. Okay?
Yes, I want to be a part of it too.
Yeah, because you have a voice for Cayman Islands, and you're Miss Universe in Cayman Islands. So okay, in connection with Me Too movement, sexual harassment. I'm sexually abused when I was young. So
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I've done it over with. So what can you say with sexual harassment? Yeah.
I feel like sexual harassment is all around us. And the sad part is, I think that some people don't even realize that what they're doing is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
You know, little things like catcalling on the street.
Yeah.
Boys and people have grown up thinking that this is okay, when really that is actually a form of sexual harassment.
Right.
So I think we need to focus a lot on education, letting people know what actually is sexual harassment, and actually enforcing the laws and enforcing the rules. A lot of people, especially in things like work situations, are actually scared to speak up when they are being sexually harassed, because they're afraid of, you know, the side effects, if they might get fired or anything like that. So I think we need to be more open. I'm glad that the conversation has started. There's a lot more talk around it. And I think that we can keep improving it and keep growing from here as a world. We can keep trying to solve, well, I don't know if it can ever be solved, but we can keep trying to bring it to the forefront, and hopefully that will decrease the amount of sexual harassment we're seeing in the future.
Yeah, and I feel like sexual harassment should be a crime.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, everyone should be indicted with sexual harassment, because I'm a victim, or I survived it, but it damaged me a lot. And and I feel like a lot of people who are sex addicts, who turns out to be rapists or addicted to porn. I was once an addict to pornography. Thank Jesus for that. But because of that wound, you know, when you're sexually harassed when you're young, it damages you a lot.
Yeah.
And even if you're an adult, when you're sexually harassed, it actually makes your self-esteem so low, because rapists, they make you feel good about what they've done to you. And that's a sad part. But you didn't know that, you know, it actually replaces your self-esteem, confidence, and love. And thank you, Mariah. I love what you said. So next, drug abuse.
Drug abuse. There's so much drugs in the world now, and you know, they're coming in all different forms and all different shapes. They're affecting so many different people. I think that we need to remember it's not always the person's fault. The problem with drug abuse is it starts as a test, as a little taste, then it becomes abuse, then it becomes addiction, and you know, God forbid, it becomes detrimental. They may lose their life from an overdose or something. And I think that we need to try and intervene as early as we can, but when someone is addicted to something, we need to be very sensitive to that. I think we need to offer our support in a very delicate way, and hopefully leave it to the professionals if we can. But if we have to intervene, I think that it's a very delicate situation that we need to try and help the person, but not try and force them to do anything. We can only support from the sidelines. We can never force someone to do anything. But I think it's a very controversial topic, because I really don't think that it's always the drug abuser's fault.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because like in any kind of addiction, it's never the person's fault. Like, the world will always push for behavior modification. But actually, the key there is just love. First, I love what you said about not their fault, because it never is their fault. Because like there's a wound inside. Once the soul gets wounded, it's so hard to treat. That only Jesus Christ can do that. And the people around you, they're supposed to just love the person and help them get through the situation. So, oh, Mariah, that's a very nice answer. You're the first one who said that, though. So,
wow.
You have to be, you know, the world needs love. It's so cliche, it's so ironic, but it needs love. Every affirmation, but I don't know why, you know, people are too selfish to give that. Tough love is not love, actually. It never is. Why can't you just love the person and be kind and generous with time, with, you know, with everything, right? So next, pornography. What can you say about pornography? You're a woman. What can you say, in a woman's point of view, what can you say about pornography?
I have to acknowledge the fact that these sex workers are willingly engaging in the pornography, and they are being paid to do so. So my ultimate opinion on anything sexual is that, or anything just to do with each human in general is that everybody should be able to decide what they do with their own bodies.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not being forced, I think that it is your choice at the end of the day. However, I think that there should be a lot more security around the access to pornography.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about, we live in such a digital age, such a internet heavy age. I mean, everything is on social media. People screen record, people find secret links and all this stuff. And I feel like the younger generation especially they have access to pornography left, right, and center. They can just go on the internet and it's there for free.
Yeah.
And my ultimate fear with that is that young girls and even young boys will see it and think that that is what they should be doing. And, you know, some of these scenes that these people are acting out, because at the end of the day, they are actors. They are acting something out that's not them in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes that they act out can be very traumatizing.
Yeah.
They can involve abuse, they can involve hurting someone, and that breaks my heart to think that someone is watching that and thinking that that's love and that that's what they need. So I think that we really need to focus on the access to it and make sure it's very protected in terms of protecting our young people from it. And I know that they're young and they're curious and they feel like they want to see it, and then maybe it goes back to sex education in school. Maybe we need to do more there and try and break the allure around pornography for them. But it really breaks my heart to think that people would see that and think that that's what they should be doing with their life, because no one should ever feel pressure for one to even engage in sexual relationships if they are not ready. And for two, they should never feel like they need to do what someone else is doing, especially someone who's acting on a screen.
Yeah, I feel like you should speak more of that, Mariah, because you hit it right on the nail. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Sorry, yeah. It's like, I can speak so much about it coming from an addict's point of view. You know, because I love what you said, you know, break the allure of pornography, break the access. Because if I were to say something about it, just kill porn. Yeah, just kill it. Because it's really turning this generation into a sexually motivated generation.
Right, exactly.
Objectifying both men and women and looking at people differently. Looking at them as objects, looking at them as someone who is just for sex. And honestly, it's so sad. I mean, yes, we have the right to choose with what we do with our bodies, but do not broadcast it.
If you want to do it, please just do it at home.
It's so dangerous because, like what you've said, people would think that the young generation would think that is love. And that's what happened to me. You know, coming from someone who was sexually abused, I thought that was fun, that was love, and that was anything, but it actually just made it worse, you know?
Right.
And having to see pornography at such a very young age, it just really made things worse for me. Nothing good came out of it.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, last question. Violence against women. Well, I'm not a woman, so tell me all about it.
I was gonna say, obviously this hits home for any woman. I'm very blessed. I will say that the Cayman Islands is a very safe place, and I recognize that, and I'm very thankful for that. However, so when I went to school, I was in the US. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I mean, thank the Lord, I never got any violence against me, which I'm very thankful for. But I will say it was very scary for me being a woman in a new country where I knew there was crime. I was actually right in downtown where there was a lot of homeless people and a lot of people roaming the streets at night. There were, there's been gunshots around the places that I lived and things like that. So it was scary if you had to go anywhere at night, And I actually I think most women are like this. As I got older as a woman, I actually started to develop little habits that I didn't even realize about my safety. So whenever I'm walking to a car, I constantly look behind me to see if anyone's following me. I always walk with my key in the middle of my fingers. When I get in my car, I check my back seat and then I lock my door immediately. And that breaks my heart to think that that's the world that we're living in, that women have to constantly fear just to do the normal everyday things, like to go out at night. So I think that obviously it's not on the women. We're not doing anything wrong. Yeah. However, we can't fully control the people who are committing these violent acts against women. Yeah. So my advice to all women would be to do as much as you can to protect yourself before anything happens. I've personally taken a self-defense class, and I will say I felt actually a little better after. I felt stronger. I felt like, okay, if someone attacks me, I know like what pressure points are the easiest to get to and whatever the case is. Yeah. And I think that that's something every woman should try and do if she can. But like I said, also just doing those little things like watching your surroundings, carrying supplies like pepper spray or whatever you need to do. Yeah. So it is a horrible thing that that's the world we're living in. But I would not rely on waiting for those people to change it. I would rather us be protected.
Right. Did you learn Krav Maga or no?
I think the teacher he might have been a karate teacher.
Yeah.
Taekwondo maybe.
Yeah, I could feel you because like, well, I'm a man, but you know, I also cannot defend myself with anything or whatever. But it would be, I feel like it's double or triple the protection for women.
Right.
And I've always been telling this to a lot of people, or to a lot of the girls that I've spoken with, that us men, if you didn't know your identity in Christ, you wouldn't know how to protect women. Because and sorry, I always edit out this portion, but I now feel so brave to admit this, but and they share this, and I will not cut this, that there is a reason why women was taken out of Adam's rib. Eve was taken out of Adam's rib. You know, not for Eve to submit to Adam like, you know, just like a robot, but it's for us men to take care of women. That's the whole point. Yeah. I studied the book of Genesis for like 6 months in a class. Yeah, and the most beautiful thing about that, Mariah, when Eve was created was out of Adam was because for Adam to nurture and take care of women, of Eve, of the woman. Yeah. And I feel like if it is my turn to get married soon, that would be my role to build up women, to build up my wife. And I feel like we're doing that right now with queens. And with beauty queens, it's a lot harder because, you know, with all the insecurities, with all this platform, well, Miss Universe is good, but it's not, you know, it's not a natural environment. You're there competing, it's fun, but people compare you with one another, and everyone's comparing you. But here I am, I'm so willing to give these girls encouragement because, you know, I don't, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of these girls would lose themselves in the process, you know? So, so it's important for a man to know how God made him and his role for women. So, I love
that. And I agree. I think you're definitely helping with the beauty queens for sure.
Yeah. And I feel for women because they have to, like what you said, you know, do all of these things to protect themselves. And it's supposed to be a man's role.
Right.
For you. Yeah, Mariah, you aced the keywords. And now we're going to do the final word. And imagine yourself in the top 3 or top 5 with Miss Philippines or Miss Venezuela or wherever you want to be on that stage with. So are you ready with the final word?
Yes.
Okay. So question number 1. All right. As a Miss Universe, how can you send that message of unity during the COVID-19 pandemic?
I feel like as Miss Universe, we all have a very unique platform right now, especially with everything being virtual, and we have a very unique reach. We're able to reach so many people right now. And to me, I think that it's all about the small things. It's the small things that we do that's going to unite us the most. Yeah. I think it's in the way that we support small businesses, in the way that we promote charitable organizations, the ones that matter the most right now, the ones that are helping anything to do with this pandemic, you know? And I think it's in the way that we connect with people. I think that we can give them hope by just connecting on one-on-one. I know that sometimes you look at a Miss Universe and you feel like she's untouchable, almost like a goddess that you can never get to, you can never reach, like you'll never be able to talk to her. And that's something that I really wanted to break, especially here in Cayman. my favorite thing to do is to talk to anyone that I meet, because I want them to know, like, okay, I talked to Miss Cayman. She is the representation of Cayman. We're all one. So I think as beauty queens, to make people feel united, it's really just about connecting with them. And we have that unique opportunity right now in this digital world that there's no excuse.
Oh, I love that. That's a very, very heartfelt answer. Like, reaching out and getting connected. And yeah, actually, when you connect to people, you're actually drawing them in, making them feel that they're important. And that actually helps a lot of people. Yeah. So, number 2, what is your strongest attribute that would make you the best Miss Universe there is?
I personally think that my strongest attribute is my very big and caring heart.
Yeah.
I think that drives everything that I do. You can see it in my volunteer work that I've done from before I was Miss Universe and before I was Miss Cayman. You can see it in the way that I talk to people, the way that I support my platform and even other charities. And you can see it just in the way that I am as Miss Universe. I think that that's what we need, is someone with a good heart. It's very nice to look pretty and to wear makeup and to do all the fun stuff. But at the end of the day, you should really be making people feel something, making people know what you stand for. And I think that I can do that. I think that I am doing that. And I think that that's something that I would definitely love to expand even more if I were to be the next Miss Universe.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, having the heart, because most what people do not understand is that beauty queens are not there to just win. Most of them, if not all, really have the heart and the passion to actually serve others through the time. Yeah. So thank you. And then last question. Why do you want to become Miss Universe 2020?
I want to become Miss Universe 2020 because I want to change the way that a Miss Universe is viewed. And I don't think that she's viewed in a negative way. Yeah. I would just love to see someone from a small country that's not even on a map make waves and show everything that we have to offer. I mean, just from this interview, you can see we're all so deep. We have so many different layers. I think I have a story to share with the world. I think that my story can inspire others and give them hope. And I think that's really all we need in a Miss Universe. That's what I would love to see in a Miss Universe, at least. So I would love to be Miss Universe 2020 to just make the world a better place, which sounds so cliche, but I really do think that with the stories that we tell and owning our own truth, I think that's what makes the difference.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I'm speechless. Whenever I'm staring to a contestant answering, it only means to say that I'm being drawn in and I'm getting really into
That's good. So can you be a judge, please?
You know what? If I were to judge Miss Universe or any kind of pageant, I would give everyone a 10.
Yes, and then no one would win. We'd all just get the crown, exactly.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not a reliable pageant reviewer or whatever. Because every time I choose a hot pick or a list, I wouldn't be able to choose. You know why? Because I want everyone to win.
Exactly.
Okay, of course, for the evening gown, I'm a designer. I have a critical eye over the dress if it works for them. But normally, I would really have a hard time. Because like now that we're friends and I have so many friends who are competing in the pageant, it makes it a lot harder.
Oh, I can imagine.
So don't pick the judge.
Yeah, that must be one of the hardest jobs though. Like, how do you even choose a girl? Like, they're all amazing ladies. How do you even choose one? I would hate to be a judge, honestly.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I always say to everyone who I've spoken with in these interviews, everyone is called by God to win in that pageant. Yeah, everyone is called. All 69 of you, or how many are you girls now? 75.
I think
all of you were called to win in that platform. But the one who will win and shine the most, considering all factors like politics and everything, is the one with the purest of hearts.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and the judges can see right through you when you're lying, or when you're just making things up, or when you're just, in there for the pageant or whatever. Yeah. But you know what? the one with the purest of heart, the one who really has that intention to really just win, or just you want to be there because she wants to be Miss Universe, would definitely win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see, when I became a born again Christian, Mariah, it's so fun to observe pageants in the lens of Jesus Christ, because like my choices because wait, my hair is getting really messy. Sorry. because like because I can see the hearts of these women.
Yeah.
And it really makes them shine, and that's the reason why I get a backlash from it, because like they will tell me like, why is this certain miss is not there? Why didn't you choose her to be number one? And I'm like, I can see right through the hearts of people, and that's what makes it amazing when you see everyone in the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah.
Their hearts, yeah. So.
And that's a gift, because not everyone can see that.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe I should be a judge one day. Let's pray for the universe. So yeah, Mariah, you did awesome. I'm speechless. You're such a gem, and I feel like the world needs to know more of you. And I feel like, everyone that you meet would be left astounded by how God, really redeemed you from all of those things, and how God helped you mightily. Hello, hurricane, cancer in the family, and then 4 university degrees. Just Mariah. So I just want to honor your heart, your hard work, and thank you very much. God is so proud of you. Thank you for letting God work through your life, and for not being so defeated, and for getting back up, because not everyone can do that. Okay? So any message to your fans in the Philippines? And I feel like not everyone knows the Cayman Islands back home here in my country. So any message for your fans or for the Filipino people?
I would just love to say thank you so much to everyone who sent me love and support. I really have gotten so much from the Philippines. I'm so grateful for that. My very first nanny for my family was actually from the Philippines. And I love her to death. Oh my gosh, she only went back to the Philippines, I think last year in the pandemic. Okay. And she actually named her granddaughter Mariah after me. So that's so sweet. So the Filipino community has such a special place in my heart, and it's actually my number one place that I want to visit. Yay. So when I come, I'm gonna come see you.
Yes, please. Yeah.
But thank you all so much. Honestly, it really means a lot, because, like we've been talking about through this interview, as a smaller country, it's really hard to get noticed sometimes, and to see people actually seeing your true colors and really supporting you and offering you that appreciation from halfway across the world. It means everything. And I honestly, there's just no words I can say to thank you all enough. So sending you lots and lots of love from the Cayman Islands, and thank you so much.
Yeah, I will. Of course, I know Cayman Islands back when I was young. I know how beautiful it is, and you're a reflection of a true Cayman girl. And I'm so grateful that you're in my interview. If you feel blessed with this interview, I feel more blessed. I mean, I just don't know, Mariah. Not everyone can reach to that part of the world, right? Yeah. Everyone is chasing the front runners. Here I am. The Lord is really redirecting me to those people who also deserves the attention. So,
which is amazing. You're doing the Lord's work for us too. So thank you.
I know. Wow, thank you. So I praise the Lord for you. God bless Cayman Islands. But before we end, can I see your crown and sash?
Ooh, yes.
I feel really excited with this part. Hey, oh my goodness. Beautiful sash. Okay. Yeah.
Let me put my hair back.
And your crown, is your crown with you?
Yes.
Yay.
Woo!
I love the crown. Very beautiful crown. It sparkles a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Oh my gosh, it really does.
I love that. Yay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mariah Tibbetts, Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2020. Don't forget to follow her Instagram and show some love. I love her. Filipinos, please love Mariah as well. Your love. And there's a huge Filipino community in the Cayman Islands because of the luxury industry because of the royal cruises, and there's a lot of Filipinos in the cruise liners. So yeah, there you have it. Again, Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2020, Mariah Tibbetts. Make sure to follow and like her, and of course all of our social media accounts, my YouTube channel, Instagram. Yeah, just follow if you want, but I will. So yeah, see you on our next episode of Pageant Talks, wherever God will take me. Praise Jesus for all of you who are watching and supporting giving us this chance and platform to grow. So thank you very much, and see you at the next episode of Pageant Talks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.